Well, folks, you might just be getting here. Apparently, we are too. I'm late. David was early. I apologize, but I hope you guys know I did it. I did it for the coffee. I did. I figure if I get the coffee before we start moving around and getting grooving, maybe fingers crossed, my power will stay on. So if my landlady's watching, hey, you know the struggle is real. David, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's Sunday, drinking some coffee. I worked yesterday. I am not going in today.
I'm contemplating it. I should probably go, but I don't want to go. I don't want to. Don't make me. But I'm thinking about it. So it's that time again, and we can get into it in a little bit. But we had a lot of fun last night doing that the mock draft, and there was a couple players that it appears if we get lucky, we just better take them. So everything's out the window. If a few players come, that's really who we need to go for. And it is. Sometimes you just have to seize the moment when it's there. We was able to draft JC last night, and that was a really, really nice pickup on your side. Maybe misunderstanding for a second, but I'm glad you misunderstood because that brings the awareness to me. That guy is a beast. Do you remember how big he is, David?
6'6", 335, and run a 4.85 40-yard dash.
Well, if you guys have seen the video, if he runs a 40 and he runs a fast 40, we need to draft him. That's just the way it is. We need all the fast guys. And him being 6'6", that's like the size of a barn or something. That's gonna for the line.
Could you imagine him pulling and running up to the secondary? That secondary guy is going to be more than likely to make a business decision and be like, nope.
Business decisions all season. People will be thinking of their future, their kids' future, their kids' kids' future. It's just one of those things. You don't want to. There's moments. Hey, do I do or do I die? And I think a lot of people want to live the next day. So, what do you think? I mean, we talked a little bit about it. I'm sure you did a little bit more reading on it. I've kind of sat around and thought about it myself. The defensive coordinator, the hiring within, can't do anything about it. Are you upset about it?
No. Some folk want to Bill Belichick. I would have been down to take him. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
I was one.
Some folk want Pete Carroll, and he's still with the Seahawks. He hasn't been fired.
Correct.
And I really wanted an internal candidate because of what happened with Steve Wilkes. He's a good coach, but the system he runs defensively is different than the system we run defensively. So why bring a guy in and force him to run our system? It doesn't make sense. So we have internal candidates. They know the players. They know the system. They know how to run it. Let's hire from within. And they hired from within. I'm actually glad they did it.
So when it comes to the Brandon Staley, that's almost a hire within as well, isn't it? He came from the Rams, right? He was the Rams defensive coordinator before he became head coach.
He was the Rams defensive coordinator, became the Chargers head coach. So hopefully he's not about that LA life because, buddy, you're in San Francisco now.
Well, that's funny. But the reason I bring that up isn't Shanahan's coaching tree an extension of Los Angeles?
Sean McVay was one of Kyle Shanahan's assistants.
So I'm just maybe putting the dots together, but does it appear that they might know each other from past? So it's like, hey, another one of these Kyle guys coming in, which, hey, if they're all on the same page, I guess that's what matters, right? But we'll see. Sometimes when you have too many yes men, you don't have a no guy saying, hey, look out for this, or hey, what do you guys think about tomorrow? Because everybody's saying today's great. So, hey, shout out to everybody that's here. We got Steve-O coming in, hiring Staley Belichick as DC. I would be mad. Okay. Carcast coming in saying, yo, we got Damian Lee. We need run stoppers. We do. That's a good point because everybody wants us to take offensive linemen this draft. And David, I believe the defensive ends and tackles are the ones that are going to be the groups that are going to be highly sought after because there's an abundance of linemen, offensive linemen in this draft. So we will more than likely, folks, probably be taking a defensive lineman or defensive edge first. It's just there's not a lot of them in the draft this year. We have Crazy Juice coming.
That's true. There's not. I mean, if you think about who we have under contract right now, we have Nick Bosa. Mm-hmm. We have Drake Jackson, who's a big question mark right now. We have Robert Beal Jr., who actually looked pretty good when he was on the field, and he wasn't on the field much, but he looked pretty good. He was in that backfield rent free. And who else do we have? Oh, that's it, isn't it?
We don't have too many folks, so it is definitely something to think about. And it's one of those things like since the Niners started having to really rebuild since like the Singletary and Harbaugh days, since they really had to physically start rebuilding. It's been defensive line, defensive edge almost every year in the draft, almost every year. And I don't know. We I think at one time went 4 or 5 years in a row defensive line. And when you build like that, then you would imagine they're going to do that on the opposite side, but they haven't seemed to do that. And I think that's what everybody's been waiting for is I don't think anybody would be mad if we had a giant offensive line like the Dallas Cowboys.
That's true. It really wouldn't. I mean, when it comes down to it, it was like the last couple of years of Trent Balk. We got DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, right? Then who did we draft? Solomon Thomas, the first year of Kyle. That didn't work out. Mm-mm. Then he went offensive line, Mike McGlinchey, and he didn't end up being, a top tier tackle like we thought. And then we got, Nick Bosa. In 2020, we got a guy named Javon Kinlaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2021, we traded a lot and we picked up a quarterback. We haven't had a first rounder since. So, but yeah, I mean, in the trenches, it's how you win football games. That's a fact. But, to spend that many draft picks on your defensive line and, not necessarily go maybe rotate offensive line, defensive line, so we have some good players on both sides in the trenches. But, that's my thinking, right?
I don't know. Sometimes they just don't seem to make logic sense. And I guess that's why they have these NFL websites where they allow you to be the GM. And folks, we're going to get into that in a little bit. Me and David are going to do one of those fancy mock drafts, and it's not going to be too long. We're going to try to do a little bit different than other people. And if you stick around with us, great. If you want to hit the like button and, jump on the other channel as well, we appreciate that as well. If you want to throw any suggestions in there, but today is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to necessarily be the best player or the most suitable. It's going to be more or less just a little bit more fun. We're going to try to just make it a little bit more interesting. Shout out to everyone, though, that's here. We have Eric Wallace, Gav, Steve-O, Niner Tiger, Tony, Carcast, Crazy Juice, Bebop. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate you all. Make sure you guys
we are live on both channels, folks, like Bryant said. So, if you want to watch on Bryant's, just please pop over to mine for a second and hit the like. I'd appreciate it. Or if you want to watch on mine, pop over to Bryant's and hit the like, please.
Yeah, we definitely would appreciate it. We'll try to highlight everyone's comments so whoever's in one comment can, see each other's talking, vice versa. We would also like to ask everyone to go and email so you can, put your email, notify me, let me know you guys are interested in being in the contest. We only have a couple people who's entered, and we'd like to have as many people participate as possible. So if you'd like to enter the jersey giveaway, even you, Eric, anyone is included. You just have to, screenshot the 3 YouTube channels that are in the descriptions and bam, wham, send it to my email and you are in it to win it. So appreciate you guys all. And good morning, Jason. So again, David, that guy that we drafted, I wanted to take Troy, and I'm so glad Jason's here. Probably can't do it live, but Jason probably will be able to say the name of the player better than anyone. But the guy from Washington, I wanted to take him, the offensive tackle, Troy. And Troy, it starts with an F. I'm not going to butcher his name today. But after our show last night, I went and did a couple mock drafts, and I was doing them with Tony as well. And we kept seeing him come to us at the 31 pick. Every time we tried to see if we could get JC, we could not get JC. So I think that's a sign. If JC is there, we probably need to take him. As far as the defensive tackles and edges, I think we're going to have to do a little bit more homework and just see who's available there. I think a lot of things, though, are going to be handled in free agency. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't think we have that many big needs.
Well, I was looking at a post on Twitter from our guy, Jason Hurley, the cap specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And according to him, after doing all the math, we only have $610,000 in the positive. So, that's not even enough to sign our draft class at this point. So there's going to be some moves that need to be made. Maybe even some hard decisions. We might see a guy we like get cut. We don't know what's going to happen yet. I've been on the extend Ayuk because that will down his cap hit and give us money. This is before, the March deadline, the new league year, which is not something the Niners typically do. But at this point, to free up cap space, you have to do it. And then, maybe even Charvarius Ward. We only signed him for a 3-year contract. Next year's his last year. So let's extend him. That'll free up cap space. And a lot of people are kind of iffy because of how running backs just wear out. But I'm down to extend McCaffrey right now. Keep him until he's 30, right?
Yeah. See, I don't
if he goes 3 players, that's freeing up some money. How much, I don't know, but that's freeing up some money, and that will give us more than enough to sign our rookie draft class. And then I don't know what other moves they're thinking to free up more. Maybe they are looking at extending Debo because he also only signed a 3-year contract. And I believe, let's see, he did that. It was the 2022 offseason before his last year of his rookie contract. So this is year 2 of his 3-year deal. And, you could free up some money by extending him 2 more years. And ultimately, yeah, you could say that's kicking the can down the road, but the cap goes up. And, we have some older players like Trent Williams, who's $30+ million cap hit. When he retires, that cap hit's not going to be $30+ million. So, we're going to have some contracts coming off the books, and that's just business in the NFL. You can't keep everyone till they're 70 because, chances are they can't play.
David, there's a couple players that, I don't want people to live in the past and have to keep revisiting it, but for a long time, people will probably forever will revisit this Super Bowl loss, just like the last 2. But with this one, it's almost seemed like we're doomed to repeat our mistakes. And it's almost like, okay, you obviously seen Kittle standing on the sideline saying, he'll be back with vengeance. So everybody was hyped, and everybody was hyped. We have these conspiracies that he was supposed to win the Super Bowl in double overtime with a touchdown. Yes, folks, I said it, double overtime. It was supposed to happen this Super Bowl. So Kansas City just got lucky. They got lucky. It was supposed to come down to double overtime. It did not. Hey, but you know what? It is what it is. But with that, you remember what Debo looked like in the 2019 season, and everybody said, "You stop giving the ball to Debo." Well, what happened this season? What happened this game, this Super Bowl game? They kept giving it to Debo, and they tried to give it to, they didn't use Kittle as much. He seemed to get injured, and I think he had some nagging injuries that hindered him from playing. But there was other players that stepped up. Shout out Gav. Juice stepped up. We had shout out Jennings. Shout out Melissa. We had Juwan get open. We had Conley get open. There were players that, were the unsung heroes, and maybe we should have kept using them because they were open. But we tried to force feed it to Debo, and Debo, I don't think he was happy with his game. And that's my question: is do you think Debo was happy with his performance in the Super Bowl?
I don't. I
You
don't think
don't,
he was. He had an all pro on him all game. You know, that guy that was covering him, he's an all pro for a reason. He's a really good corner. And he just couldn't get open. And when it comes down to it, his catch radius isn't that big. He's got like, T-Rex arms and yeah. Yeah,
yep,
Debo's a good player when they get the ball in his hands, but we just couldn't get the ball in his hands, right?
right. And then CMC, same thing. I know he's surely upset with himself. He'll probably live with that for the rest of his life, that fumble. And he probably won't ever feel like he can redeem it until he gets to another Super Bowl. And at that point, he'll still not feel like it until he gets 2 Super Bowl rings, right? Because he'll always be looking for that first one, the one that got away. So, even if you get 2, you'll be thinking, oh man, I could have had 3, right? So CMC is probably not happy. So what I'm getting at is we got a lot of play. Do you think Trent Williams was happy with his overall production in the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't think any of these guys cost us the game, but I believe if these guys are, like we don't like saying the Cabo click, but if these guys are so locked in and bought into this system the way we believe they are, why wouldn't they take a pay cut to stay together? Why wouldn't they restructure their contracts? I'm not saying everybody has to give up everything to stay together, and no one should have to really give back money, right? That's not fair. That's why I don't agree with the salary cap and the way things are. But it is. You say, oh, we can get this guy this much money this year, and then in 4 years, we're going to ask him to take a pay cut, right? How do you do that to somebody? I mean, like in real life, do they ask you, David, to come to work for 4 years, and then in 3 years, or 2 years after you've made your decision, your promotion, and you're feeling good, you buy your new car, and now you're going to buy that new house, right? And then they come to you and say, oh, well, we really like you, but we like the janitor over here too, and we need to offer him a little bit more money. So would you be willing to take a little bit of a pay cut this year? Uncle Sam doesn't ask you to stop paying taxes. All these other people don't ask you to stop or give you a discount. So for them to ask players to do that, I can't get behind that. But again, that's the way they've been doing it. So there's players like Juice, there's players Debo can restructure. There's a lot of players that can restructure so we can get Ayuk paid. We can get other people paid, just like you said with CMC. He could get restructured and then players could get paid. I've heard rumblings and conspiracy theories about Bosa saying he'd take a pay cut to bring in his brother. I'd be okay with that. It's not my money, and I'm not going to tell somebody what to do or not to do, but I just don't think that's right to continue to ask players to renegotiate their contract after they've said this.
Well, no, I would not accept a pay cut at my job. That's for sure. If they ever asked me to do that, I would simply have to take my services to another company.
Yeah.
But in the NFL, I honestly don't like how they do the salary cap. Oh, this guy, he's actually going to make 16 million this season, but his cap hit is 30. Okay, why is his cap hit 30 if he's only getting paid 16? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, you're going to cut this player. You're taking a $35 million dead money cap hit this next year. Okay, was he scheduled to make that much? No, he wasn't. So I've never agreed with how they run the salary cap. It's actually costing the players money. The players union needs to stand up and say, hey, because it's costing guys jobs. It's making good players have to take less to go to a team because of the salary cap restrictions. Like a guy retires and you're taking a cap hit on him next year. No, you should take 0 cap hit. He chose to retire.
Yeah, he opted out. He opted out, not you,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
He broke the deal. Steve-O did bring up a good point, but still, it depends on the way they restructure it. And if you give a guy a bunch of money when he restructures because you're not planning on giving him a bunch of money later, it still boils down to, and I think it's individual, instances like David's saying, some players we're still paying and they're not in on their team. They're not in the league anymore. They're sitting on a couch. So I guess, hey, more power to you on the way you got your pencil and paper signed and the contract dotted and detailed. But folks, it's not right. They have players. They say, "Oh, well, you didn't live out your contract, or you got hurt, so now we should take money off." Or I like how a lot of players will sit back and say, fans will say, "Oh, we don't need to pay a fullback this much money." At the time, we paid Juice the money that we paid him because we didn't have a team. We didn't have people who wanted to play for the 49ers. So we had to pay for a premium, and we have always had the best fullback since we've had Juice on our team. And the type of offense, we needed that. Now we might be going to more of an offense where we're spreading it out a little bit more, but Juice is really good at catching the ball too. We've seen it. So I don't know, David. I think, everywhere you want to pick and point and say, well, we can shave and we can cut here. Yeah, I guess we can, but why should we have to?
Well, so shout out to Jason. He actually pronounced Troy's last name in the chat. It's Fatanu, the offensive tackle that kept dropping to us.
Yeah, Troy from Washington. He's a Husky guy, so go take a look at him. And then Notorious Gab, he says he's got a buddy over here. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but we should take a look and keep an eye out for him. Any person coming from Wales is definitely somebody that you should definitely take a little moment to ponder. And
Reese Zamet.
There you go.
That's an interesting name, actually. Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, this is something I keep hearing people talk about, this Kool-Aid guy. And I have no idea what's his actual name, Carcast, because I'm doing research on, prospects, and it's like, who's Kool-Aid? Is he like that Kool-Aid pitcher? Like, we're kind of round in the middle. I mean, I don't know why he's called Kool-Aid,
But yes, folks, we are on both channels. So please, if you get a chance, jump back and forth. If you haven't, like on both channels, drop a comment, say hello. We appreciate it. It helps everything. The algorithm, the chats, and you guys are great. You guys are always great. Appreciate it. So David, when you're ready, let me know, and we'll go ahead and start our little mock draft. But I just don't understand it, man. And maybe, that's why I'm not a scouting guy. I'm not Prog Marte. But just seems to me like if you say you're going to get paid this much and, I guess, it just comes down to details in the contract. But I just really feel like there's opportunities that these players can really renegotiate and stick together. And if they want to say run it back, revenge tour again, or I don't want to say that anymore, but I think we have a good chance. And if we only have 19 players or less than that now coming back, I think we can fill our holes in preseason, in free agency. The combine's going to be great, but I think that's for future.
So everyone, here's another reminder. So, shameless self-promotion. There's a jersey giveaway going on. The instructional video. There's 2 of them on Bryant's channel. Click the live playlist and you will see them. But when I'm setting up the draft, Bryant, that's actually a good time to play that video. Gives me a mat, right?
All right, let's do that, folks. Since you're here, let's.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'll play the video right here while you get that ready. We'll do the opposite video if I still got it. Let's see. Here it is. folks, the contest is coming to an end. There's only maybe 1 or 2 weeks left. So tell a friend, tell your friends, tell anyone that will listen. There's an opportunity. It's really easy. It's free. It's free to enter. So, David, let's go ahead and do that. I see you down there. We're going to go ahead and.
Steve, it's all good, buddy.
Let's go here.
Right. Yeah, sorry about the ads, folks. I do try to click out of them as soon as they come up, but you know how it is, right? So we're going to start the draft. Who's going first this time, Bryant? You or me?
Well, I think you went first last time.
So you go first this time then.
All right. So let's go offensive tackle, offensive lineman. Oh, but what? Okay, so folks, you guys want this to be serious, or you guys want us to have some fun? No, we're gonna have some fun, right, David?
Of course, that's what we do.
All right, so we're coming up quick. I'd like to see who runs the fastest 40, but we'll just see. We'll just go from there.
You know, like the Raiders do,
right? Pull the newspaper out and scroll down it. There's my guy right there, Troy Fatunua. Oh, we're getting a trade offer. Okay, so
oh my goodness.
Ooh, we almost have to do it just for traditional, but I don't know. What's our other option? We got 3.
Jimmy Ward.
Did he want to come back?
Justin Simmons.
That's
I think he's a good special teamer. I'm not sure. You know, he might be a good depth piece. These guys are offering us a 4th rounder this year.
At first?
Hold on, round 2, pick 4. So we'd be trading down 5 spots. We'd pick up a 4th rounder, pick 1, 5th rounder, pick 2, and a 2025 round 4. This is Adam Peters on the phone.
Oh boy. Let's go back to the Texan one. Can you ask them? Can you counter?
Let's see. It does not give me the option to counter.
Okay. Round 1, 2005. So we'll lose our first round pick. Our first round pick would be Jimmy Ward.
Essentially.
Oh, wow.
And, keep in mind, we have Huff coming back and Jair Brown already on the roster.
One more time, look at the Washington one for me. Yeah,
so
we get a 4th rounder.
Second round pick 4, which is essentially 5 spots back from where we're at right now. We get the 4th round pick 1, a 5th round pick 2 in the 5th round, obviously, and a 2025 4th round pick.
Let's do that, David. Let's do that because if you don't want to do it next, on your trades and stuff, but if a trade pops up, then I think we'll do this one because that's only taking us away from the first round this year, and we'll get 2 next year.
It's trading back 5 spots. I mean, your guy got drafted.
Oh boy. Oh, we got another trade offer.
They're offering us a center, which is kind of enticing. But
they're offering us first round pick.
I know this is for the first pick in the draft, though. I need to look at who's on the board before I accept anything. Allen Robinson, isn't that the hype train? The guy that's supposed to be like super good but never really worked out.
Hey,
I don't trade with Cowboys.
I would do the Bills. I would be interested in the Bills, but go for what you think. The reason because we'd have 3.
Before I hit reject, I'm going to look at who's on the board here.
We'd have 3
Jordan Morgan
for next year.
Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle. Looks a little tired in the picture there. It has great hair, though. What do you think of that hair?
You saying he looks tired doesn't make me feel confident. He does have some good hair, though. But it's like tired hair. It's not exciting. It's there. He's got dreamy hair.
Defensive line,
Now he looks excited. He looks happy to be
8.5
here.
sacks. He does. I mean, let's see.
I think you should take that. I think you should take that trade. We have 3 first
pick
rounds.
up a center. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at this guy because, well, we need offensive line help. These guys are kind of back their ways.
Hey, we can get our whole line next year in the first round.
Make some draft picks. Look at this. There's a QB available. No, I'm not doing that, folks. We got Brock Purdy.
He's a duck. He's a duck. We already have a duck. Brandon Allen Duck, folks.
That's true.
Brandon
6'2",
Duck Allen.
205. 4'3", 440. Ooh, we got us. I'm gonna take the guy that looks like he's tired. We got to wake him up.
All right. Man, we could have 3 first rounders next year. We got 2 right now. We definitely have 2. So we'll definitely have some fun next year.
That's for sure. We got pick 63 coming up, and it's Bryant's turn.
The only reason I do like trading back because early rounds, the first and second rounds, third rounds, we don't do so well. So I'm like, if we can get more in the 4th and 5th rounds and maybe get a bunch of picks for the upcoming draft where we can say, okay, we can manipulate players and say, really hurt teams by saying we have this many picks. You guys are going to let this guy come to us regardless.
Ooh, looks kind of angry. He's like a guy you want at guard. He's angry. But all right, what are you thinking, Bryant? It's your pick. We don't have any trade offers currently.
No trade offers. Let's look at the defensive lineman.
Braylon Trice from Washington.
Now the guy right there, Braylon Trice.
He's got the guy right there. I don't know.
The guy for
Michael Hall Jr.
from Ohio.
Might be our run stopper. He only has 1.5 sacks.
The guy below it, Braden Dolores. He's been
from
coming
Oregon.
to me. Yeah. I've been getting him the last couple of times. He's been falling my way. Let's take him, David. We got Buckner and Armstead from Oregon.
This is true. All right. Now we're at the area. Want to see who's left and who goes. Offensive tackles are flying off the board.
There's a lot of them this draft. So it's like we might not get the one we want, but we'll definitely get one.
There goes another one too. Oh, there goes the guy I was. This is actually what I'm looking at. 6'6", 322. He's kind of tall. I don't know if Purdy's going to be able to see over him. That's a joke, folks. That's a joke. Look at what Drew Brees did in his career. You don't need to be tall to be a good QB in the NFL.
Doug Flutie, look at him. Shout out to Panama Queen. Thanks for coming through.
We have 2 corners that are the best available, 3 corners that are the best available, and I honestly don't look like I might look at it differently, but I don't think we need a corner. We have 5 on the roster, so I don't think we need to take one early. Running back.
Oh, Panama Queen, if you are just here and if you're still here and you can hear me, make sure that you enter the details, enter the contest. There's an email. It's my email. And then there's 3 different YouTube channels we'd like you to subscribe to. And then you can enter for a chance to win a Kaepernick jersey. It's a signed Kaepernick jersey, an authentic. So if you know anybody else and you'd like to spread the word, we really would appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you can message me too. I can tell you more about it on.
They updated him to be a 4.5 guy. They had him being a 4.38 yesterday. I wonder, he must have ran a slow at the combine or something.
He's the one that's going to go early. It's going to go Braden, then it's going to go McCaffrey, then it'll go Gore. At this point, Gore looks like he'll be undrafted.
I'm not seeing any burners here. I'm looking for a burner. I know we got Danny Gray, but for some reason Kyle will not let him on the field, which is very disappointing in my opinion.
Do you think it's because of his height? Is he too short, David? Are they having trouble seeing him?
They have him listed at 6 foot, so he's like 1 inch taller than Debo. So I don't think that's the issue. Let's look at Brendan Rice one more time. 6'2", 208. Got good size.
He's 6'2", yeah.
Like his dad wasn't very fast either, but he got open.
His dad was fast. His dad had that speed that, like, I don't want to say crackhead speed.
He would get up, he would get up to speed incredibly fast, right?
Yeah, he had that speed when you started running. You didn't really realize how fast he was. If he was running a straight line, but if he starts zigzagging and Rice could take it. Rice had that turn it on speed.
I'm going with I know this kid has good DNA for football.
Now, what round are you taking? That's round 3?
It was the 94th pick in the 3rd round. I took Brendan Rice. It's your pick.
I think that's a good spot to take him because I think he's going to go. I think he's selected in like 118 or something like that. So if we get a chance to take him in 90s, we better take him. Now, this spot right here, I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but I think we should take Luke McCaffrey. So back-to-back wide receivers, because if we don't, I think Luke McCaffrey won't fall to us. I think he's selected to go 155 or 145. Hey, remember,
we made a trade. Well, we got 125 there. He might be there, but I don't know if you want to risk that.
No, I don't want to risk it right now. And then he beat his brother's 40 time too, so that's good. I'd like to see the competition on the field. DNA for football, real thing. Well, we're just trying to build this. We're having good vibes. We're picking the players with the best hair or the best smile. So Steve-O, if you have a suggestion, throw it in the chat.
So running back, wide receiver, corner. We drafted an edge. We got us a tackle. Let's look at O-line.
Yeah, go.
We got a guard. Couple tackles are rated back their ways. 6'6", 332. That's a big fella. That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
This guy, he kind of projects as more of a guard than he does a tackle when it comes down to his arm length.
Yeah.
But he has pretty good first step athleticism. 6'5", 309.
Two things on him. It's another Javon or Javon. I'm having a hard enough time trying to remember which one you're now. It's the right way, right? And this guy looks like he just woke up. I mean, no shots or anything like that, but I don't know, David. But 6'5", that's a huge guy. 309. The one I'm interested in, and it's your pick, but the one that's still there is that Zach Zitter from Michigan.
Ooh, a center. He's about the exact same size as Jake Brindle, though. I kind of want the bigger fellas because when it comes down to it, like this,
Yeah,
when it
that's the
comes
one.
down to it, the bigger the man, the more they have to go through to get to our QB.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted
That's
last
my
year.
thoughts there.
I like it because if he's too tall, the quarterback has to move, or hey, we'll get a bigger quarterback. I don't know, but we got to build a wall. You need to build a wall. Now it's best available. Well, it's my pick. We're coming up quick, and the board. Everybody's coming off the board really fast. I like it when we go fast too, like this, and it doesn't take forever.
Oh, there goes my safety.
No. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got 3 trade offers. Okay, we are going to listen
Oh
to the
no.
trade. Oh man, do we do it?
So the Ravens are offering us a 4th round next year, a 6th round next year, and Josh Johnson.
I think
I'm not in on that
fourth.
one. It's your pick, but I'm not in on that one.
Would it be his 4th or 5th time on our team again? Yeah, we can't do
It'd
that.
probably be his 5th. But we got Jonathan Owens, safety, good special teams guy, maybe good for depth, and a 4th rounder next year. And we have another 4th rounder next year. This is the Cardinals. And Kevon Wallace, another good, decent depth safety.
I can't trade with any of those teams. No, I can't.
Oh yeah,
no, the only one I would want to is the Ravens, and I don't want Josh Johnson. That kills the trade. So
what are you looking to get here? Ooh, there's my guy that projects to be a guard. Anyway,
that's our
what
problem.
are you after here?
Oh boy, we have a lot of guards that are on our team right now. I'm just gonna maybe if we can, maybe he'll fall to us later. I would like to look, and we got safeties too. This might be the time to look at the corners.
And this is the best guy available right here.
Jarvis Brownlee Jr. And he's a Cardinal.
5'10", 194, 448. Probably a slot guy.
And he's a junior. That's going to be a hard pass on me. That's a hard pass.
He's not going to play next year. But wide receiver right here, is this a burner? Look at his hair though.
Well, we took 2 wide receivers already. Yeah, I can't take too many wide receivers.
Wide receivers far up on the. There's your guy again. The guy that looks like he just got out of bed.
Let's take him. I don't want to, make him feel bad. Maybe he'll wake up on our field or something. I don't know. But let's take him. He might be the guy we need.
Crap. I'm saying, holy crap, 6'4", 231 at safety. That's like having another linebacker on the field.
I'm gonna take the Javon, and I'm gonna trust in our safeties that we got right now. If you want to take that safety, I wouldn't be mad.
Well, I'm not looking to draft a safety early because we don't need a starter. We need depth and someone that can tackle on special teams, right?
Yeah.
We got left pick wise here. We got quite a few because we made that trade. So we got like 3 picks in the next less than 20 coming up.
Culp didn't go yet either. My guy Devin Culp, he's projected to go in the 300s, so we might be able to get him in the undrafted free agents.
Hey, we still got our 249 pick too. We could take him if he's there.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing.
331.
If Gore doesn't get
this
drafted,
is who he's talking about, folks. Look at that beard.
Yeah, he's a good guy. That's my cousin.
4.47.
He's fast.
I mean, that is fast for a tight end.
I used to race him all the time. I beat him one time. He won't tell you that. No, but he might go undrafted, so we might have a chance to get him. I'd like to just, I know we got Braden Willis, and we have Winters? No, Cameron Latou. We have Cameron Latu. So
Get Cameron Lahu. That I know why you didn't remember his name, Cameron Lahu. You know,
yeah,
we didn't see him last year like at all. Kind of sad.
yeah. Tony brings up a
6
good
foot
point too.
180, 445.
We were having fun last night. There is a gold in the draft, a gold.
And he can catch the ball. He had 4 interceptions. There's a what? Where?
There's a gold in the draft. He's a wide receiver. We found him last night.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yep.
Right here, this guy.
Yeah.
5'8", 170 for 439. He's got some quicks. Let's look at defensive line again because that we always seem to go. 286, and he's an edge, 6'2", 286.
He's got to be fast.
7 sacks though. And University of Auburn, so you know he's playing against guys that are projected to be in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
9.5 sacks, 4.7, 40. That's not bad. What do we need? Hold on. We're out of the 3rd round, so let's look at running back. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
David, we need it all. We need a new car. We need a swimming pool in the backyard. We need a new kicker.
So we've taken 2 offensive tackles, haven't we? And a guard.
I believe so.
Yes, we have. And where's the centers at?
Oh, we're gonna have to make a guard at center, huh?
At this point.
Push one over. Oh, we got Feliciano.
Wow.
He can snap.
Delmar Glaze, ranked 183, though. There's a guy from Penn State right there. If he's there, maybe at 176 or 209.
I'm just saying, I like that guy, Brandon Coleman, or from TCU. Good guy.
What are you doing? There we go.
And anybody with Tyrone as your first name, you got to take a swing on him.
Tyrone?
You got to take a swing. You got to at least take a peek.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair. He's like a Debo clone, kind of. He's the same height and weight as Debo, so maybe even about the same speed. Brent Rippon. We need a QB3.
Oh, man.
And two. We only have Brock Purdy under contract. The Dolphins are offering us a 5th rounder this year, which would be pick 157, and a 6th rounder next year. And you don't trade with them.
No, you don't.
So this is the only trade you'll probably accept if you do accept one.
Oh, because it's my pick right now?
Yes, sir.
Then we get a pick this year. And, geez. So we get there. What round are we in right now, David? Is it the 4th round?
Yes, we're in the 4th round. I think we're at pick 132. No, we're at pick 138 right now. We're in round 5. And so we'll be trading back 19 spots and pick up a draft pick next year.
Let's do it. Twist my arm. Let's do it. We got the player I wanted already, at least at the time. We've gotten Braden, and we've gotten McCaffrey, and we've gotten our help on our line. So I think that's going to help us for next year. We can't always just depend on the comp picks, These coaches might decide to stay with us 1 year or 2.
So pick 157 coming up right here.
157.
We're on the clock. And, you traded your pick, but you still get to make a pick. That's how we've been doing this draft.
Okay. That sounds, no, go ahead, because I decided to trade back. Go ahead.
Have we taken now is about the time I start looking at safeties. Because, like I said, we don't need a starter. So there's a safety right here. Ooh, look at this guy from Washington, 6'5", 311. Sophomore.
Yeah,
He's only 20 years old.
the Washington players are really good this year.
This guy's from Georgia, Tyreek Smith.
Is it Tyreek or Tyke?
4'6". He's pretty quick for a center.
It's like Taki.
Was Florida State Seminoles. 4.38. Dang. Believe it or not. So we do carry 6 corners. So I'm going to take this guy just because he's 6 foot and he's got speed. Well, hold on. Mustafa?
Oh.
Look at this guy's name. 4.33. Holy crap.
Mustafa. You know, if you take him, everybody's going to be like, Mustafa him. Mustafa him.
You know, I am going to take him because, I mean, that kind of speed at the safety position, that's rare.
Now, was he faster than the other guy that you were looking at?
Yes, the other guy was 4.38, and that guy was a 4.33.
Oh, wow.
That's borderline can keep up with the fastest guys in the league, and having him over the top, that would be, incredibly handy. Maybe he can be our third safety and, come in. So we're going to pick 176. It's your turn, Bryant.
We are on the clock. Let's go ahead and look at him right there at top. Con.
The guy with the hair?
I believe we took a shot on him last night. And sometimes you take a shot on him again.
I think we did. I think we drafted him because of his hair. Well, he was the best player available.
Okay.
But he's kind of slow with the 4.58. Got good size, though.
Well, you're looking at him real quick, right? Looking at him, I really like the vibes. We can come back to him, but it says he's from Happyville.
What? This guy's a safety. They got this guy listed as a safety slash edge.
Go back to Con real quick.
Okay. I believe his name is Kitten.
So he's from Happy Valley. Oh, Keaton. Okay. Yeah. From where I was sitting, it looked like Con.
Keaton.
So Keaton.
Okay.
He's from Happy Valley, Oregon. He's a senior in college. So I like that because when we're drafting players, I don't like players coming out of college too early. Like they're afraid that next year they're not going to be on a good team and their ranking won't be as good or something. I don't get that. If you're a good player, that should be, but I don't know. Maybe people are dependent on other people.
At this point, it'd be a depth / special teams guy. 73 tackles, 44 solo.
And 458's not that slow. So let's table him for a second. I would like to also see what we have for edge. Okay, take McGregor.
Braden McGregor. Hold on. I want to look at this guy real fast because safety edge. What's this? Like I didn't know a guy could play safety and edge. That's kind of 6'4", 252. It's not talking about his sacks. So if he was an edge, how many sacks did he get? 41 tackles, 17 solo. That's kind of crazy that you play safety and edge, though. I don't think I've seen that on the draft board yet. But McGregor.
Yeah, that's
my guy. His last name.
Strong last name.
6'5". He's got good length. He can bat some balls down.
From Michigan.
4'6", for being 6'5" and 257. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think you can play both ways. I think you can play defensive line and defensive edge. LSU Jefferson.
You got Justin Jefferson's older brother or younger brother. I'm just kidding. I don't know if they're related. 6'3", 313. Dang. 4'7"? 4'7" at 313 pounds. That's almost amazing.
So Itchy 95, thank you for coming. Please make sure that you're subscribed to both channels and Corey Davis, and then email me so you can get into the jersey competition. But you say here, Hunt is placed at edge on other sites. And isn't that funny how like some sites list players, they'll say defensive line and defensive edge, but we appreciate you for bringing that in. So that means you most likely is pretty versatile.
So we got a guy named Zion, and we're definitely going to need Jason's help to pronounce this one. I'm not even trying. I am not going to hack this young man's name up.
Tapua Fetiu. All right.
Fetiu?
Yeah.
Fetiu?
We'll have to get Jason on a Sunday here one day and do this with him. He'll have fun. And from Washington, he should definitely know this guy. But I would like to take McGregor, Braden McGregor from Michigan.
Drafted.
Lock, loaded, and
our next pick, we're going all the way down to 209 right now.
How many picks do we have left? 3, 4?
We should have 4. Yep, we have 4. We've got, I believe, 2 defensive linemen, 2 edges, 2 offensive tackles, a guard, 2 wide receivers, 2 safeties. Did we end up getting 2 safeties? We ended up taking Mustafa because that's just an awesome name. And he was fast. That guy is fast. If he just makes the team for special teams, he's going to be down there making some tackles.
Yeah, this is a nice mock draft.
209.
David, what's the name of this simulator?
This is NFLDraftBuzz.com. Not sponsored, YouTube.
This one's really easy to use. And it allows you to go through the whole round.
I like it. There's the Pro Football Network one. That one will actually give you grades at the end. Maybe we'll play with that one on another stream. This guy, 447.
Hey, Dwight's all right. And he's a Razorback.
Jaquan Jackson.
I want like Jaquilla or Aaron.
He's kind of small for our offense. He'd probably be like broken half at some point. Shout out to Kyle.
South Dakota.
This guy's from SC.
So what are you looking at?
He's probably their slot guy. Dang, 59 receptions, 1,062 yards.
Are you trying to go offense here, wide receiver? Are you just looking best player available?
I'm kind of looking at best player available. I mean, we haven't took a corner yet, and we do need a 6th one. Let me make sure of this. We have not taken a corner yet, and we do need a 6th one. So Dwight McGlothern.
Yeah, I like it.
Looks like you're gonna be competing to make the team, buddy. Now our next pick, we gotta check and see if Frank Gore Jr. is there, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
We can do that on my pick. We can do that on my pick. My pick's next. We're back to back. What do you want to look at, Bryant?
Well, we got 3 picks left?
Yes.
Okay. So where to go? Okay, let's see. Frank Gore should be there at like 400. There he is. Ranked 224.
Well, you want to? We gotta take your cousin with the last pick. So if you don't take Frank Gore, I am. Either way, he's getting picked.
Well, let's go to tight end real quick and let's see if Devin's there. And yeah, folks, if you haven't heard, this is my cousin. I'm really hoping he's still there. He'll be upset if he's not.
He is.
David, I think we kind of have to pull the trigger on it. I love Frank Gore, but I'm gonna have to say that this Ken's a little bit closer. They say blood's thicker than water, right?
All right, we're drafting Devin Culp then.
Folks, I'm just joshing around a little bit. This is guy's not related at all, just last name. If it would be really funny if he did make the team, because I would probably buy his jersey. But yeah, he's actually a really good player too from Washington. So number 83. Let's go ahead and
put it on tight end. 6'5", 244. That's Kittle's frame plus an inch. 4'6", Only had three receptions for 48 yards. So that's a blocking tight end. 6'5", 271. That'd be like having an extra offensive tackle out there.
That is true. But he's a junior too. And again, like, I don't know. I always like, why aren't you staying in school? Here's a senior, Trey Knox.
37 receptions, 312 yards, 6'3", 240. South Carolina, so what? He's a Gamecock, right? Shout out to Carl.
Shout out to little Carl, little sponge ass.
It's your pick. It's your pick. So I don't know what you want to look at.
I want to take Devin Culp because I think I should take him. And then Spongy asked, "Could Devin be a kicker too?" Well, I know he's a tight end. He's also kick returned. He's punt returned. I know he also catches the ball like Debo does from the backfield. So I don't know if there's gonna be like a new hybrid position like tight end, wide back, or I don't know, wide tight end or pause. I don't know.
folks, this is who I'm taking. Does he look at him? He looks like his dad. He does. He looks like his dad. All right, so it's going to be the last pick of the draft for us, 249, and you get it, Bryant. We'll get there and see who's available.
Well, I'm really excited.
Big board to see. A whole bunch of corners are freaking dropping like flies. We haven't drafted a linebacker yet, and we may need to, but just for depth and special teams coverage unit.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm really excited. We've gotten everybody we've wanted. We got McCaffrey, we got Rice, we got Gore, we got Culp.
We got three offensive linemen to help some competition there. And look, it actually has needs that says OC. We have not drafted a center.
Well, let's look for a center then.
Linebacker right here. What do you want to look at, Bryant?
Let's look for a center. If that's what they're telling us to look for, let's look for one. And if anybody in the chat wants to help participate, let us know. Kingsley.
He's a Florida Gator. Uh-oh. Look at his hair.
He's a Florida Gator.
6'3", 300 though. He's not like too tall, so he's kind of got that low center of gravity, right?
And he's a junior. Okay, let's keep looking, but let's table him for now. We might come back to him. Is he the last center? Well, there's one right there. Well, Kingsley, That's him.
There's one right here. Well, it keeps going beyond. Some of these guys aren't exactly ranked in the top 260. 6'4", 303 doesn't say much about him, but senior.
But when he's the third, if they made three of him, that's something to be said. I'm just saying, folks. I mean, like, I'm gonna take. I don't know, David. It's between him or the Gator. It's up to you.
So it's his 40 time was 5 seconds. That's pretty quick. This guy is 5'4". Honestly, I kind of like this guy because of his short center of gravity. So you want to draft him?
Let's draft him. I agree. I was going to be honest and say, I will be honest. It's his hair. I think that's what does it for me.
So we got a tackle, an edge, a wide receiver. Well, Brendan Rice. No thanks. Don't need to spam.
Nope.
Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey. We got us a guard, which this guy, I actually believe he played center at some point in his career for Michigan. We got another tackle. So we got 2 tackles. Shout out to competition on the O-line. May the best O-lineman win. A speedy wide receiver. That dude was pretty quick. From speedy center. Another edge, which that makes it so we have 5 under contract. Corner, which we need a 6th corner, right? Tight end. which more competition, the better. We have Cameron LaHoo coming back, and we don't know what he's going to do yet.
Right. He might
Frank
drop.
Gore Jr. That could be the future replacement for Elijah Mitchell, because I think he has 1 year left with us. And we got us a center. Low center of gravity guy.
Well, hey, shout out to this guy who says it's Chiefs Kingdom. Appreciate you for coming through. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channels, and we appreciate you. Kingdom of what? I don't know, but hey, congratulations on your championship this year, and maybe you can explain to me again why you guys were the number one held team in the league and didn't get one in the Super Bowl. I don't know. Maybe
the last 3 Super Bowls don't have one holding call.
But I mean,
that's interesting.
I don't know, but shout out to you. No shots fired. Just an honest, question. I'd like an honest answer why you guys don't get any holding calls in the biggest game of the year. But I don't know. But hey, appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody coming through. It's always fun. David, that was a good draft. I think there's another website. I want to send you the link later, or we'll work on background and the background scenes. And it's a really cool channel as well. And I don't know if they do the grades, but just like that, it allows us to go through all 7, but it allows us to counter the trade offers. So I kept getting trade offers, and when I would try to just say I want a first round pick, they wouldn't do it. But I figured out how to get my trades to work. So we'll be working on that together. Yeah, let's see what you said real quick. If you are relying on the refs to get you calls in the Super Bowl, you have already lost. But that's what you guys did all season, right? And that's what you did in the Super Bowl, the last 3 Super Bowls. So if you can explain that, you lost the beginning of the season. You contradicted yourself.
It's not the calls the refs. It's not the calls the refs made. It's the calls that they didn't make.
And they didn't
the obvious ones, like Fred Warner going up the middle and the guy grabbing him and throwing him to the ground. That's called holding in the NFL, and it happened right in front of 3 refs.
And it's not counting on the refs to make those calls for the 49ers. It's counting on the refs to do their job. And when you're counting on the refs not to do their job and you benefit from it, again, I think you kind of answered, well, you didn't answer my question. You contradicted yourself there, buddy. But I appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, hey, I honestly would like to see us play the Chiefs again next year. I think the Niners were this close this year, and I don't think we are going to be that far away from it next year. It's really exciting to me. Vegas is already betting us that have the best odds making it back to the Super Bowl. So I think that's even better than the Chiefs odds. So I am really excited to end the 3-peat. So good luck to you as well, David. What else you got going on? We got tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Coast to Coast. I believe it's on Ty Austin's channel.
I believe so. And well, it's either his or mine. I actually lost track. I'm gonna have to look. But yeah, we got Coast to Coast tomorrow, and we got the pick show coming up on Wednesday. Well, it's not the pick show, it's actually 49er trivia. So I believe we're doing what numbers are we doing? What is it, like 60 to 75? No. It's 46 to 60 this upcoming Wednesday. So that ought to get interesting.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a little bit of fun with that game as well. And yes, again, thank you everybody for coming. It's been a lot of fun. Come back. We do this every Saturday and Sunday, and we have a lot of fun. Guys, we've been doing a little bit more on the Friday night shows as well. So if you're interested to be a game, even you, Mr. I'm not going to be able to really pronounce your name the right way. I don't want to discredit you but hey, all calls should be made in the Super Bowl or any game. And it just goes to prove when your team throughout the season was the most held team and you get up to the biggest game of the season with the most fans watching and the calls aren't made and it benefits your team. Yeah, one illegal call, missed call downfield on our touchdown that was really destroying your team at the moment. Hey, yeah, David, I've had a lot of fun. I hope we have more guests come back and join us. If you have any other thoughts, I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. But appreciate you guys all. And David, how are you feeling? Do you want to, tell everybody MICKEY, or what's your final words?
Well, it's always go Niners, and as Corey Davis would say, F all 31 other teams.
Well, with that, folks, we appreciate you, and we will see you. And you know what? You got to win some, you got to lose some, but you know what? We'll see you next time, and we'll be still here, still faithful. We'll see you next time, folks.